Hello everyone, welcome to Jinghua Education. I'm Steven. In this video, we can talk about the linear function part 11, the application of slope point forms. Okay, so again, this is word problems, so don't scared, and then just thinking about this is the real world questions, and then think in the logic way. All right, let's see questions here. Okay, we got a table here showing the population data in two small cities. We got a city A and city B. From now on, I'm going to use blue to represent city A, using red to represent city B. Okay. And then let's see what happened here. In 2012, city A's population is 34,000. And then 8 years later, this city is growing peoples, right? There's like people's getting population getting more. How much more? You got 4,960 people more. So city A is increasing, okay? And the city B from 2012 is 29,000 something. And then 8 years later, it's getting down. Actually, the city B's population is decreasing. Okay, so first question, they ask us to represent this data into the graph. Okay, here is a graph. And then we're going to use do city A first. Okay, in 2012, and then let's see this question here. Represent this data on the graph where T represents the number since 2010. And then P is the population. Okay, so in this graph here, since 2010, 2012 will be 2 years later after 2010, right? So the x value will be here. And then let's see what at 2012, how many people? 34,000, right? Let's see 34,000, which is 30 here. 34,000 something in here is less than 3,500 for 35,000, okay? Something in here, 34,000. Okay, and then let's see the other point here. In 8 years later, which is 10 years after 2010, 10 years later, okay? 3,800, 960, 3,800, 10 years later, which is in here. 3,800, 960, I think. 3,800, which is something, is a little bit less than 40,000 and a little bit more than 35,000, 37,500, which is somewhere in here at the 10th year, which is here. This point, okay? Once we got these 2 points here, we can just even connect them, and that's it. All right, now we have a line here, okay? Good. That's for the city A. What about city B here? City B is the same thing. At 2012 is 29,170. We just plot these things. I'm going to use the red color, and then 2 years at 29,000. 2 years at 29,000, which is almost to 30,000, which is in here. Okay, and then the other one is after 10 years, it's become 37,410. So after 10 years since 2010, it's 37,000, which is a little bit less than 37,500, which is in here. Okay, now we draw another line here. There we go. Now we have a 2 lines on the data part. Okay, and then let's see what else. Okay, and then we have represent these data, and then we draw the 2 graph. Okay, good. Determine the slope of each line, and then what does the slope tell you about the growth in cities? Okay, so before we do the slope, let's guess what happened. In the city A, this is city B, okay, and then this is the city A. Sorry, this is city A. Okay, this is city A, this is city B. Okay, the city A is increasing, right? So that means, well, time is moving to the right. So that means the time pass, the population is growing. So we got a positive slope here. Okay, see, it's like increasing trend. We call them increasing trend because if you lift your right arms like this, right? Good. That is positive slope. The other one is the negative slope. Okay, good. Let's see questions. We're going to finding slope of each one. Okay, finding slope of each one. So first things, we got a rise over run, right? Good. So rise, which is equal to the population, which is 38,960 minus 34,000 divided by 2020 minus 2012, okay, which is equal to 4960 divided by 8, okay, which is equal to 620. 20 what? 20 people per year, okay? And the other one will be 27410 minus 29170 over again 2020 minus 2012, which is equal to negative 220 people per year. Okay, what is slope telling you? The slope is telling you on the city A is increasing by how much? How fast? Is 1 year per 620 people. That means every single year there are 620 people more in the city A. And then for city B, every single year they're losing 220 people. Okay, that is the slope means. Slope means at a certain times, the how fast this population increase. Okay, negative means population decrease. Okay, good. So what we use for this? Well, actually, what's the linear function do? So we can do some predictions. Okay, so what means we can do some predictions? Let's jump to part C and then do part D here. Predict the population for each city in 2029. Okay, the 2029 is not happened yet. Actually, 2020 is not happened yet too. Okay, so don't worry about that part. Just like thinking 9 years later. We don't have data here, right? Then we can predict how much data based on this trend here. Okay, based on what data we have, and then we're going to make an educated guess in 2029 how many people we're gonna have. Thinking about the stock market, thinking about the like a weather forecast, we all using trends. Okay, the linear function is the easiest trend ever we can find. Okay, when you're going to like universities, you're gonna learn a lot of trend, and then it's not belong to mathematics subject, it's belong to statistics subject. But the linear function is always the easiest one and the most reliable one as well. Okay, so the predict population in each city 2029. So we got a slope, right? And then we need a point, right? So in order to find the slope and the point, we still need to write in the equations of these functions. Okay, so let's see an equation. How do we write in equations? Easiest way, we don't want to find in y-intercept because y-intercept is not making a lot of sense. We have this point already. All right, good. We're just using them. For example, let's first things let's convert these things into points. In 2012, we got a 34,000, right? So actually, on the graph, it's not a 2012 and 34,000. Actually, it's the 34,000 because our graph start from 2010. Okay, we got a 34,000, and then we got a 229,170, and then we got 10 38,960, and then 10 27,410 here. Okay, that is the points. Okay, we have a slope, and then we need to find the point. We got a point, we can just write in the equations, which is equal to 620 and then x minus 2. Okay, x minus 2, and then 34,000, which is the y minus 34,000, going to equal to this. Now that is the linear function for city A. Okay, good. For CTB, we got a slope as well, negative 20, 220 here. Okay, x minus 2. Okay, minus 2 going to equal to y minus these numbers. Y minus 29170 is equal to this. Now that is a linear functions for CTB. Okay, we got A and B together. All right, now we can predict it. This 2029 means what? 2029 is 19 years after the start, right? After 2010. So I'll be 19 as x. So sorry, I need to use the blue color pen here. Okay, using the blue one. Blue one here. Okay. 19 minus 2 times 620, y minus 34,000 equal to this. And then just easily find out what y equal to, right? Good. So the y going to equal to 620 times 17 plus 34,000, which is equal to 44,540. That means continue this trend here. After 19 years since 2010, this city A population is going to be 44,540 people. Okay, good. All right, so what about the B? So we know B is decreasing, right? So let me clean up this part. Clean up this part so we can have enough space to write these things. Okay, so you use the red color pen as well. Okay, now in 19 years for CTB, let's guess. CTB is supposed even less people, right? Because CTB's people are dying. They are all left. So that means every single year they're losing 220 people here. That means 19 years since 2010, you're going to be lose a lot of people. Let's see, is that true? Okay, so we're just using this number. And then y minus 29170 is going to equal to negative 220. And then x equal to 19 minus 2. Okay, so if we times these things, y equal to negative 20 times the 17 plus the 29170, which is equal to 25,430. Okay, that's how much people left. Okay, in 2012 we have 29,000. In 2019 we only have 25,000. There are 4,000 people are losing. Okay, that is the predictions. Okay, so this is by using linear function to predict the futures, and this is how to using a slope point form to do word problems. Okay, I hope you understand. If you have any questions, please comment below. I will try to answer your question in my next videos. Thank you for watching.